If you desire to walk in alignment with your purpose, to live a life of joy, abundance, and fulfillment, you've come to the right place. This is Sarah Locke, and welcome to Purpose Unlocked. Today we're talking about emotional intelligence. What is it? Why is it important? And how can you evaluate it within yourself and your organization? So first of all, the definition of emotional intelligence is your ability to recognize, understand, and respond to emotions within yourself and others. Now, there's 4 parts to emotional intelligence: self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. And to better understand how these show up in our daily lives, I want to give 2 quick examples. The first one is someone who I had the pleasure of working with. He was at an SVP level, and even though he was at that level of the organization, he was still able to come down and work with everybody at all levels, making us all feel heard and seen and understood. He was very self-aware and humble, and he would come to meetings curious to hear our perspective and our points of view. He created a comfortable and cohesive environment where we all felt comfortable brainstorming and sharing our creative ideas and perspectives. And because of that, projects went really well, and we were able to quickly pivot if we saw a problem because no one was afraid to give what they felt the possible solution might be. Definitely top 5 leaders that I have ever had the pleasure of working with. Example number 2 is someone who, while they were wildly intelligent, they were one of the most difficult people I've ever had to work with. And that was because they were very arrogant. They always felt the need to prove that they were the smartest person in the room. And perhaps that was true, but they were also very condescending. And even though their team was really smart and they delivered great work, it was still really hard to work with this person, and having to be in meetings and on the same projects often felt very cringy because you were just waiting for the next moment that you were going to hear him put you down and make you feel like you were stupid. So, needless to say, if we compare these 2 individuals, I would work with the first person 10 times out of 10. And the reason that emotional intelligence is so important, especially at this leadership level that we see it a lot, is because is the second person the smartest person in the room? Sometimes, probably, perhaps. The first person, are they the smartest person in the room? No, because they don't have to be. They are so magnetic and they have so much charisma that they attract the best talent within the organization to come and work on their projects and get that work done. And therefore, they are going to be wildly more successful because it takes more people with the subject matter expertise across the organization in order to drive these big initiatives forward. So at the leadership level, we can see it's very obvious that emotional intelligence is critical to building cohesive teams and positive culture. This also works really well at an individual level. So for me personally, I've done a great job networking. I have been lucky to build relationships within the companies that I've worked for. And because of that, I have been given job opportunities and promotional opportunities that I definitely would not have seen otherwise. And the same goes for people that I work with. I've worked with amazing individuals, and then once you make those connections, if I see an open role and I've worked with someone that I know would be a great fit, I would be more than happy to recommend them for that role because that's a positive reflection on me. On the other hand, if I've worked with someone that's really difficult, and even though they're really smart and they might be a subject matter expert, they might create a toxic environment for the team. And in those situations, I wouldn't recommend them either for a particular role or a particular project. And then further in your personal life, it's really important to be emotionally intelligent so that when you're talking to your family and your friends, you're talking in a way that's kind and understanding and responsive instead of reactive. So you might be asking yourself, where do I fall on the spectrum of emotional intelligence? You We might not all achieve the level of person number one. We might not be the most magnetic, charismatic person in the entire room, but that's okay. And then hopefully we're not on the bottom end of the spectrum where we're condescending and making people feel bad. But you're probably lying somewhere in the middle. So let's go back to the 4 areas of emotional intelligence and ask ourselves these questions. First, am I self-aware? Do I have the ability to recognize emotions within myself, what I'm feeling, and then why I'm feeling a particular way? Do I understand what emotion is being triggered and why? Second, am I responding appropriately in a way that's going to be productive, or am I reacting based off of those emotions that I'm feeling? Next, socially, can I read the room? Do I understand how other people are feeling? And am I able to react to their emotions appropriately? Am I able to respond in a way that makes them feel heard and valued and understood? Am I someone that people come to for advice or to share something personal or to just share their concerns about a project or a problem that's arisen? Do people feel comfortable coming to me if there is a problem, or are they scared of how I'm going to react? Once you ask yourself all of these questions and you understand where you fall on the scale of emotional intelligence, evaluate where you are in those 4 areas and figure out, is there an area that I really want to work on? So for example, if I know someone who does a really great job managing big teams, and I know that they're a leader that someone feels really comfortable coming to, I might ask them for their mentorship to say, hey, I understand that you work really well with people, and I really want to be able to hone that skill within myself. It appears that you have a high level of social intelligence when it comes to relationship management. And they might be able to point you in the right direction. They might give you something to read or a few things that you can practice on your own. And then further, if you're seeking more formal instruction, I am coming out with 2 courses of my own that are going to be launched in March. And I would be happy to coach you and your team through how you can improve your emotional intelligence to improve the culture within your organization, within your team, and just in your personal life as well. So if you think this is helpful, please feel free to share with someone that you love, someone that you work with, and anyone that will find this valuable. And of course, if you are looking for more support in the emotional intelligence space, please feel free to reach out. Until next time. Thank you for the precious gift of your time. If you found this helpful, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share with someone you love. Until next time, count your blessings, love yourself, and stay fabulous.